Welcome to the Unlimited You Show's A&W Heart to Heart with your host, Aundrea and Wakisha Greene. This mother-daughter duo is here to encourage you and to remind you that it is very necessary to create a safe space for children and their parents to be vulnerable and to share their thoughts and their truths with one another in love with no judgment. Now let's talk about it. Baby.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm good, Mama. I'm good. Look, it's
Good.
been a busy day, long day,
Yes,
but we here.
we here, honey.
We here. So I was thinking about it, Mommy. We hadn't done our A&W heart to heart. It's been about 7 months. And we have several conversations.
Yup.
We have several conversations, and I was like, "Yeah, it's time. Let's
Right.
do this."
Right.
So, how you doing? How was your day?
Good. Busy. I have Javen today, so definitely busy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yup.
very. All
Mhm.
right, good, good, good. I'm glad we're on here and super excited about our topic tonight. Who we got joining us tonight? Let's see who we got. We got Mama. Hey, Mama.
Hey, Graham.
Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. How y'all feeling tonight? Oh, look who we got on here. Hey,
Hi.
Uncle. Hey, brother. Yeah, they in the house.
Right.
Look, Rock, Maine, and Mama.
Oh, Uncle.
Let's see. A lot of people, they're so used to us doing, the Food for the Soul Sundays, but we'll get used to them actually tuning in again to A&W Heart to Heart as well.
Right.
You see what your uncle said? Good evening, my beautiful, blessed ladies of God. Hey, Mama. Look.
Hey, Don.
Oh, my cousin be on here. My ace from the crib.
Hey,
Hey, cousin.
Paige.
Girl, hey. Yeah, so super excited. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. As we were just saying, it had been quite a while. I think about 7 months. I was looking back and I'm like, when is the last time me and baby girl actually did our what's up, sister in wrong man. um it's been a while since we've done our A&W heart to heart, and it was definitely time. There was a lot going on. I guess I have to go to YouTube. What's going on, cousin? I guess I have to go to YouTube. Lots of laughs. Either YouTube live or Facebook. It should be live as well. As a matter of fact, let me pull up uh, YouTube just to kind of monitor that, just to make sure I don't miss anyone. Did it not? Are we not showing on Facebook Live, Cudden? Rockman said, "Yaddy." Yeah, let me know, honey, if you're seeing us on Facebook. I think that's where you're at, is on Facebook. Yeah, we're live on, should be Facebook and YouTube, Cutting. I'm on Facebook. Okay. And you can see us okay? Hear us okay? Because sometimes Facebook be tripping. Yeah, I could see you. Good deal. Okay, good. Sometimes you're right. Sometimes I can't see the comments on Facebook. Okay, y'all heard my echo. That's me pulling up YouTube so I can monitor that. Okay, good deal. All right, so you guys are good. YouTube is good. Mama and Rockman are on YouTube. And whoever, okay, good deal. Thank you, Cudden. So, and whoever else is on here, if you'll let us know who's tuning in, who's joining us tonight, well, kind of tuning in, listening to us tonight. This is going to be a really good conversation. Me and my baby girl, as y'all know, is some that may be listening on here that don't really know, but we talk all the time. All the time, right, baby?
Mm-hmm.
The reason we started A&W Heart to Heart, you guys know I had the Unlimited You show. I started that, and we were doing Food for the Soul Sundays, and we're still doing that. But me and baby girl were talking. I said, we have some really good conversations, some really good dialogue. Why don't we go on there and talk to the people as well to encourage them? So that's another part of the Unlimited You show is A&W Heart to Heart. You'll hear more of us. We'll purpose to do a little bit more lives with Aundrea, my baby. But that's how that began, and really good because I was like, man, mommy, this is really good for, even for parents and their children, to have a safe space where it is okay for you guys to talk about literally anything. Now, some of the conversations, we do have a lot of conversations, but some of those conversations are not worthy of going live.
Right.
Educating baby girl and shoot baby girl teaching mama some things too. But yeah, look, times have changed.
Right.
Yeah, so we're happy. We're super excited, but we're on here tonight. And baby, I'm excited about this conversation. We were talking about this probably about 2 weeks ago, you guys. And you know how people say me 2.0. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Me 1.2 versus me 2.0. And God gave me a really strong revelation about this in general. And I'm like, what? I'm sitting there because I was listening to somebody preach and they were like, it's so-and-so 2.0. And then all of us, and I said, Father, what does that really mean? Me 2.0. And then he said, actually, it's not 2.0, it's 1.2. And so I got to really, I like, what in the wood? I like that. What is me 1.2 versus 2.0? So baby girl, y'all know I call it when I get revelations or what most times is either my brother, my baby girl, sometimes sis, just kind of depends on who's available. And I'll make that phone call like, listen to this. What God gave me. So, mommy, when I brought this to you about 2 weeks ago, what were your thoughts? When I said, what do you think me 1.2 versus me 2.0 is?
Sorry. If I keep muting and turning off my camera, the boys are home. Stop.
That's all right. She's behind the scene yelling, stop. Like,
Look,
stop it. That's all right. That's all right. At least you muted it. Look.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I'm hitting my door. But to me, what me 1.2 versus me 2.0, basically when I hear that, I hear you versus you in this lifetime. Like, to me, it means you're your biggest competitor. You drive this life. Like, nobody else can make choices for you. It's your choice to make your own choices. So that's how I look at it. Me 1.2, basically, I'll just use me as an example. Of course, I'm young, but like the way I look at it is like younger me versus now me. What would I tell myself now that I'm older, you know? Um and basically, yeah, I think it's just you drive your life. So it's you versus you.
And that's good. When she said that, it caused me to go even deeper. But God had already given me the revelation of what that meant. Me 1.2. Before I share what I got, does anyone else listening in want to share what they think that means, if it's anything different than what baby girl said? And she said basically your biggest competitor is you versus you.
You're your biggest competitor.
Yeah. Let's see if anybody else wants to chime in before we really dig in.
Before she get deep.
I mean, it blessed my soul, girl. I was like, yes.
Mm, that's all right.
Oh, he said, Anur you. Rockmain said, Anur you. Good. Oh, yeah, that's good.
That's good too.
That's good. Anybody else? We're gonna give y'all just a few more moments and then we'll talk about it. But baby girl, that's I absolutely love that because we are our biggest, I wouldn't say well, it can be your biggest competitor, you against you,
Mm,
because we are so hard on ourselves, and we do want to go beyond, where we are right now. So
mm-hmm.
that's really good. And I like how you said it's the younger me versus who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go on to the next phase in a minute.
Right. Yeah, basically I what would I tell my 19-year-old self? You know, I'm almost sheesh, I'm not even gonna say it. But it's fine.
Really?
Like what would I tell my younger self versus, me now? Like everything happens for a reason, you know. And of course being young, you don't understand it, but you drive your life. It's you against you. You make your choices. If you don't like it, you change it.
Right. So mama said a new you.
Hmm.
Yep. So everybody is pretty much tracking. But let me go ahead and reveal to you guys the revelation that God gave me as I was sitting here in my quiet space, really talking to him and asking him, what did that mean? So me 2.0, me 1.2 versus 2.0. A lot of times people will say this is a new me 2.0, right? But what
Hmm.
God gave me 1.2. So I want to bring these passages of scripture real quick, where he took me to, and then we're going to talk about it. So Jeremiah 1:5. Let's go there. Now I'm gonna read the passage of scripture out of the New Living Translation. Right. So Jeremiah 1:5 says, "I knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb. Before you were born, I set you apart and appointed you as my prophet to the nations." We're gonna pause there for just a moment. So when God gave me this revelation, see, me 1.2, the me one is this very thing right here. Before I knew you, I formed you in your mother's womb. Before you were born, I set you apart and appointed you as my prophet to the nations.
Hmm.
Right? Okay, let's see what mama said real quick. Yeah, yeah. And we're going to talk about that. As you get older, you see a difference in yourself. We supposed to, right? Okay, so with Jeremiah 1, God knew us, he formed us before. So guess what, you guys? we're not a new person.
Mm-hmm.
We are still who he created us. He knitted us. He formed us. So we are still our original selves, right? Point two is we're growing, we're evolving. So he said, you're your original self. Point two is you're evolving. Now, when I was having this conversation with him, I said, so it's not me 2.0. He said, no, but you know why? Because a lot of people struggle to be somebody that they are not.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't create them like that. So there's this battle, there's this turmoil on the inside because they're fighting to be somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Your core person and who you are, who you're rooted in, I already created you. I already formed you. So why would I create you to be? Why would you be another person? Why would you try to be another person?
Right.
Two is a whole different number. Number one is your original self. So I said, OMG, Father. So that 1.2, that's original. Point two is I'm evolving every single day.
Right.
So I'm evolving into who I already am. We're going to pause for a moment on that. Okay. So what do you, y'all talk to us? And OMG, this was so freeing to me, Mommy, because a lot of times people don't understand. They don't know who they are, who the original person is.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when you're a teenager, you're growing, coming into yourself, you're trying to figure that out. Then you get connected with different groups and different people, and you're trying to figure out, who am I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And a lot of times we try to fit in to different groups, different people, different groups of people and how people are. When God said, no, 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 I didn't create you like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I created you. So that's why you're having such a hard time, because you're trying to be somebody that I didn't create you to be.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you in your core? Who are you in your root? Who's the root person that I formed before before I formed you in your mother's womb, before you were conceived, before that seed of your father entered into your mother? Guess what? You were already created. He already had you in mind. He already knew everything that we were going to be. Even now, let me take this a step further. Thank you, Father. I just got this revelation. You know how a lot of people are like, well, if I were you, I would do it this way. But you're not me. And a lot of times that'll put bondage on people, because this is the way I do it. Yes, we can grow, we can mature, and we can develop, and that's the evolving. That point two is I'm growing, I'm evolving, I'm being perfected. And when God says perfect in the word, that means it's maturing,
Right.
And it's growing. But we've got to embrace who he created us to be originally. Talk about that, Mommy, for a moment before I go into this next. No, let me read this next passage of scripture, and then we'll have you chime in. So listen to this. Psalms 139, 13 through 18, New Living Translation. You made all the delicate inner parts of my body and knit me together in my mother's womb. Thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. We can be complex. Your workmanship is marvelous. Marvelous. How well I know it. How well I know it. You watched me as I was being formed in utter seclusion, as I was woven together in the dark of the womb. You saw me before I was born. Every day of my life was recorded in your book. Every moment was laid out. Before a single day had passed, how precious are your thoughts about me, O God. They cannot be numbered. I cannot even count them. They outnumbered the grains of sand. And when I wake up, you are still with me. That's the New Living Translation, Psalms 139, 13 through 18. That
Mm-hmm.
is God's word. You made all the delicate inner parts of my body and knit me together in my mother's womb. So talk about that, mommy. So when I revealed what God had given me for 1.2 versus 2.0, what were your thoughts?
That's deep. Because it's, and then what you just read, it's just like he knew, or he knows what's gonna happen tomorrow. He knows what's gonna happen a year from now. You know, like every day of our lives is written out. Of course, we don't know, but as we go through this life, we'll hit hard times and we're like, why am I going through this? Well, why not? You know, like
Right.
he wrote it out for you to go through it. So you're going to go through it, and when you told me what you got from it, I was just like, wow. Like it had me thinking deeper too. Like, wow. Like he formed me, and then we're the same person, but as you said, we're just growing. We're figuring out who we are, as we grow, but we're still who he created us to be.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought when you told me you're behind it.
Yeah,
I
I was out. Yeah. Yeah, I was in awe when I got that revelation because immediately when I heard it, it was like, mm. And when that happens, the Holy Spirit is quickening something on the inside of me because the conversation needs to be where we bring it forth, where don't try to be somebody that you're not. Be who you are, but just grow and mature and evolve. So, I had to put my stamp on it, right?
mm-hmm.
Me 1.2 is original and evolving. So I want to break down real quick what an original person is. Y'all listen to this. Wonderful. Is someone who is authentic, independent, and creative, thinking and acting in a unique way that isn't simply a copy of others. Let's pause right there for a minute. Because sometimes it's okay to look up to people and to value up. We're supposed to value everybody. Um, but to try to be that person, or, oh, I want to be like that. Or, okay, you don't understand. We don't understand the dynamics of what it took for that person to evolve into who they are today.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want you. I want me.
Right.
And I love how he said, unique way that isn't simply a copy of others.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then take it a step further. We absolutely cannot force people or try to force people to be like us.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it becomes a problem.
Right.
I've heard that several times. Well, what's wrong with you? Why are you not? Well, maybe because I'm not you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because I'm not them. But this is me. And
Right.
am I growing and developing and evolving into the best version of myself every day? Absolutely. But none of us have arrived. And so I think that's where a lot of times we butt heads with people, is because we try not trying, some people try to make people like them.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we're not like them, it becomes a problem.
Right.
So you want to hold on, let me finish reading this real quick and then I'll let you can jump in with me. They have an unconventional or singular character, possesses fresh and unusual ideas, and often champion concepts that go against the conventional grain to bring their unique visions into reality. Authenticity and individuality. They have a unique character that is not copied from others, and they are not trying to fit into a mold created by society or trends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this is, oh, this is so good. And this is so good for, I know there's adults that are like this, that try to fit in and try to be a carbon copy of someone else and not be the original, the original. But there's a lot of young people
Oh yeah.
that do that. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? What are your thoughts on that, mommy, so far?
Shoot, you laid it all out on the table.
What would you say to the young people? I know you have, a lot of wisdom on the inside of you as well. You even speak to grown folks, you know what I'm saying? But what would you say about that? Trying to be a copy versus being the original.
um Shoot, be you. Of course, when, like you said, when we're younger and we're trying to find who we are and all of that, we do tend to, man, I want to be like her, or I want to be like him. It's just, there is no, I love what Apostle said on Sunday. She said, there is no person, even identical, even twins are not identical in who they are,
Right.
because it has that one chromosome that makes them different. And it's like,
Yes.
just be you, because trying to be other people, and then eventually you're not them, and you'll figure that out along the way, but you're going to go through things because you're trying to be like somebody else, and you're not allowing yourself to truly find who you are deep down inside.
Right.
Of course, I'm young, of course, but I think I learned that pretty young, was to just be myself. You
Right.
know, I don't think I've ever wanted to be like anybody. I've always been me. You
Literally.
know, I've always been who I am. I've always been very strong-headed. You know, I get it all the time. I'm very wise for my age. And I honestly, that's just how I've always been. And I've never had a desire to be like anyone else.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's really just be you, you know, whoever don't like it, don't like it. Who love it, love it.
Come on. Now let me ask you this. If someone doesn't know who they are, how will they find out? What are your thoughts?
Mm, mm. I think if someone doesn't know exactly who they are and they are trying, really hard to be like someone else, to me, they just gonna have to, of course, one, pray about it, but ask God who you are. I learned that young as well, and of course, I'm even younger. I never like understood, how to pray and all of that. But as I've gotten older, I pray so much. Like, that's honestly, that's how I know who I am today. Pray about it, of course. If if you don't know how to pray like that, people are gonna bump their heads trying to be like somebody else, so you're gonna have to bump your head a few times before you realize maybe that's not what I am called to do. Maybe that's not what I should be doing. But what is my path? Ask God, he'll tell you.
Right. Now I wanted you to share that before I put mama's comment up. You say that be who God created you to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And that's ask God.
Yeah.
And I really love because some people just don't have that that relationship, the personal relationship with God. So a lot of times you can see I revisit the things that are in my soul. So if
Mhm.
there's something that I really desire to do, if I have a passion for something, if something really bothers me and I want to fix it,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Y'all know I look, I have this laugh and I am a hugger. So
Mhm.
I'll share a little little story with you guys that happened to me quite some time ago. It was quite a few years before I left Colorado. So y'all know I'm a hugger, right? And so one day I went to church and the message was on do that church side hug, right? And I was like, well, what is that? Where,
Right.
where, where, who created, who made that? Who said that? And so that it messed with my spirit because I know who I am. I like to, I love to laugh. I love to
Mhm.
hug and embrace. And so I left church feeling like that message was addressed to me because I'm the main one. I'm going to embrace you. I'm going to come and hug you, whatever. And
Mhm.
so me and my sissy, I talked to my sissy, I called her and I was telling her how I felt. And she was like, what? Since when do we do that? And I said, exactly. I said, I'm kind of confused. I said, for one, I don't want nobody's husband. And if it's somebody else's insecurity, then that's their business. But I felt bad because I
Mhm.
know I'm a hugger, you know. And so what she told me, we were walking around the lake, and she said, Sissy, she said, sis, let me tell you something. She said, God created you just like that. You
Mhm.
know what happens when you embrace and when you hug? People genuinely feel the love of God that
Mhm.
comes through you because you don't do this little side hug. You don't do this little, you embrace people because you want them to know that God loves you. And so do I. And she said, don't you ever change who you are to make somebody else feel good or
Mhm.
dealing with their insecurities. And I said, okay. So
To
I
make
didn't
comfortable.
to make somebody else uncomfortable. Yeah. And I'm like, what the heck? Oh, look, whatever's going on. That is definitely not my intention. That's not my heart. My heart is to show God's love.
Mhm.
Period. To show and share his love, right? My heart posture. And so literally, mommy, I stopped hugging. You remember this? I
Mhm.
stopped hugging for a couple of months. Literally, I would not hug nobody because I tried to change who I was created to be, a
Mhm.
part of me that's very vital to me. And I
Mhm.
didn't do it. And one of the sisters at the church came up to me and she said, Sister Keisha. I said, yeah, baby. She said, I'm just trying to figure out if something's wrong. I was like, no, I'm good, sweetheart. What are you talking about? She said, well, normally when you come into church or when you see us, you embrace us, you hug us, and you just don't do that anymore. And I was like, mm.
Right. Mhm.
I said, sorry, baby. I said, I'll fix it. And then I embraced her. She said, you don't understand that we need that.
Mhm.
Whoever don't need it, then that's their business. But I need it. And I know there's several others that have noticed that you haven't hugged them, you haven't embraced them. And we actually need that.
Mhm.
You know, we just do. And that was an aha moment for me, mommy. And you remember because I told you about it. And I
Mhm.
was like, call my sissy. And I said, you know what, sissy, you're absolutely right. I said, this is what happened to me today at church. And she's like, see, I tried to tell you, don't change who you are
Mhm.
because you're literally loving people, and when you embrace people, it's an embrace. You
Right.
know, so don't allow anybody to change you or put you in bondage because of who you are.
Right.
You
And that
to do
embrace
that.
they feel, you know,
Right.
not hug. They might not get hugs ever. So when you do hug them, they feel that. And
Come
that's
on. Come on.
is something wrong because you haven't hugged me in quite some time because
Right.
she looked forward to it. And then when you changed it, she was like, wait, what did I do?
Right. She took it personal. Yeah.
Well, that could have been her only hug that day.
Very true. And I didn't even think of it like that could have been her only hug. But
Mhm.
we never know. We never know what people need. And when we try to change to be something else that we're not, then it puts us in bondage and it makes us feel some type of way.
Mhm.
Oh, good. She said, sorry, I missed it all. One of my daughters called. Oh, it's okay, Cutting. You can go back and listen to what you missed, baby. It was good. It's been good. But Rockman said, hugs impart your true people, your true spirit on people. Yeah. Yeah. And then could change a life. Yeah. And you're absolutely right, Rockman. And I guess that was what happened when I literally, I stopped embracing for those couple of months because I was feeling some type of way because I'm like, what in the world are they talking about me? Don't be, don't be hugging on nobody's husband. You do a side hug and this and this and that. And I'm like, what in the world? I said, don't nobody want nobody husband. You know, that's a part of how I show my love and
Mhm.
how God had created me. And so when I shut it down for a few months and I didn't do it because my sister was like, don't do that. Don't change who you are. She said, because one thing I will tell you is I need your hugs.
Mhm.
My sissy, she embraced too. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. And I'm like, yeah, we just loving on each other like that. And so when she came up and she told me, she said, Miss Sister Keisha, is something wrong? She took it personal because she thought that maybe she did something wrong, like you said. And I said, no, baby, you ain't do nothing wrong. I said, okay. Then when I embraced her, she said, thank you. You don't
Mhm.
even know people need this. And for
Right.
those that don't, okay. But I'm not going to change me because you uncomfortable
Mhm.
or to make you feel comfortable. I'm
To
not
make
going to do it. Like my laugh. I love to laugh. I get
mhm.
that. I get that from my mama. You know what I'm saying? Because grandma be laughing. She be happy.
Mhm.
I be happy. Oh, we know Keisha in the house or in the building because there she laughing.
Right.
And I've had so many people tell me that laugh is contagious. They're like, oh my goodness. I had a lady that was in one of the Hobby Lobby, and I was laughing. I think it was me and Mama. Mama, you remember you was with me, and we were preparing for the wedding. I was getting stuff, to make my centerpieces, and one of the girls from my job now, she was like, I know that laugh. I knew that was Wakisha. And she came around the aisle. She said, hey, I knew it was you. You know what I'm saying? But if I dim my light or dull me to make somebody else feel good, then those type of experiences won't happen.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I love when God gave me that revelation. Me 1.2 versus 2.0. He said, no, it's not 2.0 because you're not a different person.
Right.
You're maturing. You're
Mhm.
evolving. You're the original that I created you to be. That's one. Point
Right.
two is you're growing. You're
Mhm.
evolving. You're becoming who I have really designed you to be. That's why I love that quote, mommy, where it says, look in the mirror. You have never seen this person before.
Mhm.
Look in the mirror again, maybe a year later. You have never seen this person before.
Yeah, because we're always
5 years later. Go ahead, baby.
we're always growing. You're not going to be the same person you were 5 years ago.
Come on. We shouldn't be.
Right. But yeah, you shouldn't be the same person you were 5 years ago.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. And cousin said, oh, yes. Awesome. I'll go back and listen for sure. Yeah. Let me see what mama said. That's how I feel now. It's like I did some things wrong. No. We've all done some things wrong, mama. But when you're being your authentic true self, what's wrong about that? And that be the problem. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because this is me. But you're making me feel like something's wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so I absolutely love that, mommy. When God gave me that revelation, I was like, wow, that is good. Because don't try to be somebody else, because you won't feel fulfilled. You won't feel complete, or anything, because that's you're trying to be a carbon copy of
Mm-hmm.
something. Yes, right. Look at your uncle. The gray hair on my face tell it. Yes, you know what I'm saying? And that's who, and I love it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I think when you start seeing gray, it just shows, you're seasoned.
Right.
And let me tell you something, I love to see salt and pepper on a man, and I love to see gray on a black woman. It is beautiful to me. You know what I'm saying? So I can really appreciate that, mommy, when God gave me that revelation, me 1.2 versus me 2.0. And he said, don't, no, 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 no. Don't try to be somebody different.
Mm-hmm.
And even thank you, Father. I know you're not married right now, mommy, but you one day you will, if that's what you choose, right? So even in the beginning, when God he made Eve, he presented Eve to Adam, right?
Mm-hmm.
He presented Eve exactly the way he wanted her to be.
Mm-hmm.
Adam didn't say, well, yep, this is Eve, bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. Now I need you to change this, God.
Right.
Change. Oh, she ain't curved right. She don't talk right.
Right.
She don't she mm, y'all know I love to wear my wigs. Different. I in a minute I throw it on. But for somebody to say, why you do that? You don't need to do that. I know I don't need to, but I like to. Mind your business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so even just different things like that. Yes, we grow and we evolve and we become better. We I think we grow and mature and evolve into who we are originally.
Mm-hmm.
I've never met this Keisha.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You've never met that Aundrea.
Mm-hmm.
And truth be told, it feels really good to really know who you are and what you are called to do and be.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on that, mommy? And then I'll talk about what it means to evolve.
You
You have
laid it
any
out.
thoughts? You have any thoughts, or should I move on to evolving?
Yeah. Like you honestly, you be hitting it right on the head. I was sitting here like, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because you're literally saying, you're saying everything that I'm thinking, but more, you know.
Right.
And so it does feel good to like know, especially like for myself, for example, for me, it does
Mm-hmm.
feel amazing to know who I am, what I'm.
Uh-oh. We lost her for a second, y'all. She'll come back to us. Mommy, if you can hear me, we lost you. We'll give her a few minutes here. Yeah, yeah. I love hugging as well. People look at me kind of funny. Yeah, and they do, Mama. And a lot of times, what I think happens too with some people is because they really have not experienced what it is to genuinely receive love, so they don't understand the dynamic of when we hug, when we embrace. Because I think Rockman is the same way. Rockman, he likes to hug as well, and that I think we got that. That stems from you because we've always been huggers. We've always just embraced people like that, and I just do it. I don't even need to know you,
Oh,
and I do it. Hey, baby.
hello.
I know we lost you for a
I was
minute.
like, wait, hold on.
Yeah,
I can't.
that's all right. That's I told him you'll be joining me again real
Yeah,
quick.
hold on. No.
But yeah, so Mom, I know you like to hug, and I actually think that that's probably where we got it from, because that's how we were raised. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
Rockman said, "Aware of self." Yeah, and when you are self-aware,
mm-hmm.
that's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
It brings so much freedom.
Yeah,
And I just
you run
go
over
ahead.
you. You won't
Do what,
let
mommy?
you won't let anyone treat you any type of way when you're comfortable within yourself and you truly know like who you are. You won't let anybody say whatever they want to you or treat you any kind of way that no, we're not doing this,
Right,
you know.
right. That is so good because self-awareness, and you won't allow anybody. And shoot, I can speak to that because I used to be very in I would internalize everything. If
Mm-hmm.
something was wrong, I wouldn't really address it. I would hold it in. I would talk to my close, my cousin P. I would talk to, my close ones. Of course, you, Jeremy, about deep of how I was feeling. Um, but yeah, when you truly get it, it brings so much freedom. You know what I'm saying? So much freedom, and you allow yourself to be who you are. And I really love the when we moved to Georgia. There's something God had to tell me, as He said, "Why would you allow yourself to be in a box I didn't put you in?
Mm-hmm.
Get out of the box." And I had to really do some self work to determine what that was, and
Mm-hmm.
how I had allowed people to define who I was and what I was to do, and
Right.
how I was to do it. When God said, "I didn't tell you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you do, and this is how you do it because this is who you are." I have put the capacity on the inside of you to do it this way. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have the capacity to do it the way they want you to do it.
Right.
That's how people become weary.
Mm-hmm.
You tired, you stressed out. Um, what are you doing that God didn't tell you to do? So I really appreciate that. So when He gave me that revelation, I was like, "Ooh, that's good." So original plus two, evolving. So original and evolving is what that is. Let's see. Yeah, Rockman said, "I'm definitely a hugger." Yeah, I think we got that. I think we got it from our mama for sure.
Yeah, which is crazy because I'm not. I'm not a hugger, and everybody knows I am not a hugger, but it takes a special person to get me to hug because I'm just not a hugger, so I didn't pick up that trait.
Yeah, right, and it's okay.
If I feel, if I feel comfortable and safe, and then absolutely bring it in. But other than that, I
I
miss
know.
you.
I was quite surprised when we were at your follow up visit, and how immediately you guys she embraced her. What is she, mommy? What specialty is she?
Nurse practitioner.
No, I know she's a nurse practitioner, but what for for her,
Oh,
what
like,
is she? Not an oncologist. I you
oh,
in that area that deals with the heart and the lungs.
my pulmonology.
Pulmonology. That you know what I was talking about.
Don't go too
But
deep. Ah.
I'm not. But no, but I saw that, and when she got up to embrace her, because I asked the lady, I said, "Can I give you a hug?" And she was like, "Yes." And baby girl got up. She was like, "Me too." And I'm like, "Oh, my baby. Okay, she feel real comfortable." But
Mm-hmm.
what you just said was if I feel as a safe space, then
Mm-hmm.
yes. And sometimes I didn't need no. If I just see you, I'll embrace you. But I do notice the older I've gotten, the wiser I've gotten.
Yeah, you have.
Where I have to be mindful of who, because
Yeah.
there's some people that are just kind of standoffish, and
Mm-hmm.
you literally will feel that they're not, and it's okay. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'll be like, okay, yeah, you handshake, and then that feels foreign to me because I'm like, handshake, okay. But I go
Right.
with it because that's who they are.
Mm-hmm.
But now if you family and you just I'm finna just grab you up.
Right.
I don't even care. You're gonna receive my love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can really appreciate that, mommy. I'm gonna talk about evolving really quick. What does that mean? Refers to something changing, developing, and unfolding gradually over time. The term implies a process of being more complex, advanced, or simply different. Similar to how a species changes or a personal idea takes shape through discussion. And then I highlighted this here. Evolving implies a slow and steady transformation, not a sudden one. So as we're evolving into that point two,
Mm-hmm.
then it's a gradual evolution. We're evolving every single day. We should be evolving. We
Mm-hmm.
should not be stagnant. We should not remain the same, because you know how we monitor children, babies. If G baby still acted like Juju in many ways, and you think something was wrong,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because of developmentally, he should be further with him being 8 years old,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so that's exactly what God does. Is He's like, no, I created you this way, but just mature and grow into it.
Mm-hmm.
Just mature and grow into it. And that's a daily process.
Yeah.
Because look, I'm finding out things about me that I absolutely love that I didn't know a couple of years ago. For one, I love my solitude.
Mm-hmm.
Being by myself, it just do something to me. It'd be me and God, and I'd
Right.
be having a wonderful time with just us.
Right.
So when you have other people that are in your life, you have to realize, well, it's not just you anymore. You have somebody else that you have to tend to as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, in that learning and that growing and in different seasons of your life, where you at, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of depends. But flow with it. Flow with God with it. And
Mm-hmm.
just grow and embrace who you are. I absolutely love the word where it says, love God first and foremost, but love your neighbor as you love yourself. That means it's him first, then who second? Who second, mommy?
Oh, are you asking me?
Mm-hmm.
So you said it's him first, and then love your neighbor as you love yourself.
So
So
who's second?
you, and then your neighbor.
Come on. Because if you can't love you, appreciate and value you, there's no possible way that you'll be able to love somebody else
Oh
the
yeah.
correct way. And that first love is this relationship.
Mhm.
You and your father, your heavenly father. And then it's you take care of you.
Mhm.
Grow, learn, develop, appreciate you. And then from that, you're able to better love others.
Mhm.
Right? And Ma says that all the time. But it's so true. When you truly love you and you know who you are, you can appreciate and value other people and who
Mhm.
they are.
Right.
Okay, let's see what Rockmain said. You move different. People will see you when you don't follow the crowd while being in it. The Holy Spirit in you will bleed off on those following the crowd, and they will begin to want what you have. Looks like there's more. I think that was it. Yeah. But you're absolutely right, Rockman. Yeah. We just move different. And I had to tell somebody, whew, probably a couple of weeks ago, give yourself grace for what you did not know. Give yourself grace for what you did not know.
Mhm.
Oh, you got kind of loud for a minute. And what that is we all have made decisions when we were immature.
Mhm.
You know, we still make decisions that sometimes are not right, but give yourself grace, you know, because we're going to make mistakes. I had to learn that too, because I thought when I made a mistake that it was the worst thing ever.
Mhm.
And it's not. The only way, if you never make a mistake, you never learn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're learning, we're growing, we're learning and we're growing, right? We're evolving.
Mhm.
Let's see. God will move things around to get you to where you should have been by now as well. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Sure will. And then you'll be able to see, like, oh, wow. Yeah, I got off track. Got off that got off the wrong exit, but now I'm getting back on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So before we close out, mommy, I have a question that you and I are going to answer.
Okay.
He said, "Oh, Rockman. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. So who is Aundrea becoming?
Who am I becoming?
Becoming. Yes.
Wow. That's
Mm,
a good one. Honestly, I would say,
I can't see you, mommy.
wow.
I can't see your face.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. I would say, can you see me now?
No.
Oh, I can see me.
We can't see you. Can y'all see her? No.
Really? I see you and myself.
I can't see you, baby. Go out and come right back in.
Diagon.
Because we need to hear this.
Diagon. Okay, give me a second.
All right. So while she's getting her camera right. So y'all, whoever wants to answer the question, I'm not gonna, try to force anybody to do that or whatever. But who are you becoming? Think about that for a moment. Who are you becoming? Who would you like to see yourself become? Who is the mature, the evolving? Okay, hold on, let me see.
Now, can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, that's weird.
Mama
I
said, "Where is my Missy?" There she go.
Graham, here I go.
Okay, so who is Aundrea becoming?
Mm. That's a good question. I would say at this point in my life, I think mm, I'm becoming who I've always been. I'm just learning more into who I should have been, before, if that makes sense. Like, of course, I'm not going to go into detail, but with what I've been going through and dealing with, it's definitely made me draw like closer, draw closer to God and build that relationship even so much more than it was before. You know, my gratitude has grown, you know. So truthfully, I think I'm becoming who I've always been. I'm just learning about her more. As I go through, what I'm going through, it kind of forced me to yearn and want what I've been now doing, you know, and that's growing that relationship so much more than it's ever been. Yeah. I would say that's who I'm becoming for sure.
Yeah, that is so good. And as your mama, I have truly seen that. And I'm like, yes. Because as I know mama can attest, cousin P can attest, when you see your children, they have their own personal relationship. You know what I'm saying? In Rock, Maine, when you see your babies and you're like, yes, yes, the seeds that I planted, in them with, because I say all the time that the best inheritance that we could have ever received from great grandma Nana and from mama was the inheritance of Jesus. Hands down, that is the greatest that we have received thus far, right? Because when life begins to hit us, we bend but we don't break. And the only reason why we don't break is because of our personal relationships with God. You know what I'm saying? So proud of you, baby, because I am seeing it. I am seeing it, and that's what we want, for you guys to be good. So that's so wonderful. And so, mama had to write hers down because it's so much that goes through my brain to think about. So I said, who is Keisha becoming?
Can you see me?
Nope, I can't see you again, baby.
That is so weird. It keeps like going dark and then it comes back up and I can see you and myself, but then you can't see me.
That's weird. Huh. Yeah, just go out and come back in, baby.
Okay.
So let me see what Rockman said. Who God saw me in the womb? Yes. Ooh. Who he created you to be in the womb. Even before the womb. That's good. Yeah, that's good. I'll wait before I share mine because I have not shared this with baby girl. I was thinking about it today when that question came forth, and I'm like, ooh, who is Keisha becoming? Rockman, I like that. Who God saw me in the womb, who he made you before you were in the womb. Yes, that's it. So, yes, baby, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, we almost done, y'all. Actually, we wasn't planning on staying on this long, but hey, we got to be obedient. Okay, now we pray y'all getting something from this, and it encourages you. But I wrote down that I'm becoming who my Father created me to be because what I want Him to say is well done at the very end of my life. I want my daddy to be proud of his daughter because I'm becoming the best version of me. I'm proud of who I am. That's who I'm becoming. Very proud of who I am and who I've become. I'm embracing my growth in every season, and that's in every area in my heart, my mind, my spirit, everything. I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually embracing who God created me to be, period. And I
Mm-hmm.
want him to say, that is my daughter. This is my this is my son whom I'm well pleased. This
Mm-hmm.
is my daughter whom I'm well pleased. You know why? Because she get it. She understands who I have created her to be.
Mm-hmm.
And now, because she knows that, she's able to embrace every season that she's in, everything that she goes through. Because obviously, I have the capacity to go through it if I'm going through it, right? So I'm embracing that. I'm loving Keisha. That's who I'm becoming. I'm becoming her. You know, when God gave me that acronym of who He created me to be and what I am to do here on this earth, the unlimited her, I have embraced that. Healer, encourager, and a restorer. So when you hear me say the unlimited her, that's what my assignment is: to heal, to help heal, to encourage you to go beyond where you're right now, and to help restore you back to your original plan and purpose. That's my assignment. And I do that through his word, through his testimony, my testimony. So I know exactly what I'm here to do. And I've embraced it. I want my daddy to say, I'm proud of my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And she used every gift that I placed on the inside of her.
Right.
And she's touching and encouraging so many people's lives. That's who I'm becoming. That's who I'm embracing. And mommy, that is so good. And you continue to evolve. So y'all
Mm.
think about that. I have some apparel coming too. Think about just the whole type. Me 1.2, original and evolving.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you guys were blessed. Before we go, mommy, thank you, sis. You know exactly what I meant. Yeah. Yep, I know exactly what you
See,
meant now. Oh, there she goes. She'll come back.
it done it done
Do it
did it
again.
again.
Do it again. It's all right.
Look, I'm holding my composure.
It's all right. So when me and baby girl do our A&W heart to heart, we finish cutting. I know you probably remember our conversation card that I have, talking points. So before we go, we always pull a card and we answer this one question. So I'm gonna ask baby girl. We did this when Cut and Pete came to visit us, and it was good. If she's still on here, okay, there comes baby girl. Okay, baby girl. So you know we do it before we go.
All
Card
right.
time. All right. So what color you want to pull tonight? Yellow, green, blue, red.
Mm, green.
Green. Okay. 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 Okay.
I forgot how they're labeled, but
That's what
yeah.
we're gonna find out. And it doesn't really say. Oh, hold up. Oh, this is good, mommy. The green is family time.
Okay.
Okay. So if you were to make up three new silly traditions for our family, what would they be?
Mm,
We already made one up.
three new silly traditions.
Silly traditions. Yeah, that one would be silly.
Can you draw another one?
Wanna you can't think of those? No,
No,
let's
I'm not. I'm like traditions.
mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Do another one.
Let's try another one. I feel like that's the same one we pulled last time, and I was like,
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we're not going to go into all the family members, just the ones that are on here, okay, that
Okay.
have said that they're here with us. What is something unique about each of your family members, the ones that are on here?
Mm. Something unique.
Unique. What's unique about Uncle?
Mm. I think what's unique about Uncle is his, how do I even explain it? His like his passion and his vulnerability. I think that's what I would say about Uncle. That's what makes him stand out. Is he's
Okay.
very passionate and he's very vulnerable and he doesn't mind, stepping out. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, Yeah, he's
Right.
very passionate in who he is and confident as well.
Yes.
So I feel like that's what makes him very unique to me.
Okay. Okay. Grandma?
Oh, my Graham. What Graham unique? Ooh, ooh. What makes her heart? Grandma's heart makes her unique because she loves, but she loves hard and she loves big, and no matter what, if somebody like, if something hurts her, you can tell it really does hurt her because she loves so hard. And
Yes.
makes grandma unique. Yeah, her heart for sure.
That's good. And I'm not sure if Cut and P is still on here, but she was on here. What makes her unique?
Ooh, Jade. What makes her unique? Ooh, that's a good question. She don't she don't play no game.
Period.
I think that's what, like, she loves, but she don't play no games. Like JJ she ain't rough, but she just she don't play, but when she loves you, she shows up and she shows it with no problem, but she still has that ticker, in the back of her head that she don't play. So I think she shows up. I think that's the biggest thing. That's what makes her so unique. She shows up. And when she loves you, you can tell she really does love you. That's what I would say.
Absolutely. And what would you say about your mama?
Oh,
What makes your mama unique?
mm, mm. What makes my mama unique? Definitely your light. I think your light, your joy, because like, out of, our family, it's very rare to come across someone like you. So I think just who you are, definitely your light. You can walk into the room and all eyes on you, and because that's just who you are, it's not even that you demand the room. It's just that's who you are. So it attention draws to you, because you're so full of light. Like they say, you're the light in that small dark tunnel, you
Mm.
know. That's what I would say. That's what makes you very unique. Is you're even when you're going through things, you still manage to be a light for others.
Thank you, baby.
Um,
Thank you, baby. And your uncle said, thank you, duh. All right. So Mine is pretty much, I'm gonna go backwards. So for you, what makes you unique about you? What is not unique about you? Um,
I know. I'm one of a kind. You.
you literally are. But I think I would say loyalty.
Mm.
You're very loyal,
Mhm.
and that's across the board.
Mhm.
You know, you're gonna ride.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You're there. And not saying that your heart is not, I mean, you have a beautiful heart and you love and you give people grace. Even if they don't show up for you, you still show up for them. And that's what I said, loyalty.
Mhm.
Like we will drive, like when you were here, you would drive to Colorado just to see your friends, but they came one time to see you.
Mhm.
Loyalty. That, yeah,
Yeah,
above everything else, you're loyal.
I agree. Thank you.
You're welcome. Rock man. What would I give Rock man? Life.
Mm. Mhm.
He's life.
Mhm.
When you're around Rock man, when you're out of your head, when you're you radiate so much life. I just
Mhm.
think about every time we get together, we just laugh, you dance. I mean, you're the center of attention. When our family get together, you be on the floor getting it. I mean, life,
Yes, he is.
life. Yeah. And I love it. I think that's how I would describe Rock Man. He has so much life on the inside of him, and yes, he's another one that radiates light.
Mhm.
But I would say life for Rock Man. Mama, love.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'd say love too. Um, it don't matter who you are. You show God's love. You share God's love. You can
Mhm.
talk to anybody. Even look, you see something crawling on the ground, you're gonna talk to it. So what you doing down there? You better not be trying to get on me. Love, love. Mom, Mama
Hey.
love. She love, and like you said, she loves hard.
Mhm.
She loves everybody,
Mhm.
and it's not, you know, even when she's. I think she's man. And I think that's where we well, ain't no thing. We got it from her, but of course we get it from our father, and but we get it from her, you know,
Mhm.
because she loves. And I said, you know, no matter what, we've gone through many things growing up and in our lives, right? But one thing we can never say, me, my brother, and our sister can never say that our mama did not love us.
Mhm.
That would be a lie straight from the pit of hell. Because no matter what we went through, we always knew mama loved us.
Mhm.
Period. That's what a period. And that's how we're able to love the way that we love today. Because
Mhm.
what Uncle Kev, God rest his soul, when I was telling him the things that Jeremy was doing, you know, even greater when he passed and people was coming forth and telling me behind the scenes what my son was doing. He said, "Well, baby, the apple don't fall too far from the tree."
Mhm.
That means he got that from his mama because I know you do the same thing.
Mhm.
That's how we are with mama. We love because we were shown love. Period.
Mhm.
So that's good. Oh, cutting.
Hey,
Cutting Pete. Cutting. She's always been my ace from the crib, but that she's a fireball. That's how I define my cousin, fireball, because
Mm-hmm.
she absolutely does not play.
Mm-hmm.
She's in her, as she has gotten older, she's, she's more mellow. And she probably look at you crazy. She's saying some choice things on the inside of her, but it takes her longer to let you have it.
Mm-hmm.
But she's still my fireball.
Her face says it.
Says it all. She do not play. Period. So, family, we love y'all. You're welcome. Aw, mama. Thank you, my beautiful sunshine. You welcome, mama. It's the truth. Thank you, sis. It's the truth. Yeah. That it's the truth, baby girl. Look, we went way over our time, but it's fine. Praise God. This was really good. Mommy, did it bless you?
It did. It did.
It did. It blessed me too. You guys will see us. Well, me and A&W will probably, we'll start out at once a month. Okay. If God say do a little bit more, then we will. But we still doing Food for the Soul Sundays. And
Mm.
I'll do my individual coaches corner as well. So you guys just prepare to hear a little bit more from us. But you guys are very welcome. Is everybody full tonight? Did y'all get something from me 1.2? We're not trying to be somebody different. We are being who God created us to be.
Mm-hmm.
Period. We're just evolving into it. We're growing into it. He's perfecting us every single day.
Period.
Period. Mama said yes, yes, yes. Good. Good. Anybody else? Y'all blessed? Did this help and encourage you? It's okay to be you,
Mm-hmm.
mommy.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're welcome, mama. You're welcome. Rockman, were you blessed?
You're welcome, Graham.
You're welcome. Yep. But I'm blessed. Super. I knew this conversation was gonna be amazing to bring
Mm-hmm.
it forth. You know what I'm saying? Because we were talking about it. It was just like, wow, Father.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. And we just have to embrace it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So look, we love y'all. And until next time, Food for the Soul Sunday will be next. We won't be on this Sunday, but you guys remember our dates. We will be live the 12th, 19th, and the 26th of this month. Okay. So until then, we love y'all. Good night.